Good morning! Here we are at the other end of the trail in Weatherford to try to ride the other end.
Well, as Andrea said, good morning. It is now the next day. It is Tuesday morning and we're back out on the Lake Mineral Wells State Trail. And this time we started at the Weatherford Trailhead and we've ridden only just a couple of miles and we're already very pleased, very happy with how nice the trail is. This side is a lot more packed. It's wide. If I pan the camera around, you can see there's a lot more foliage, there's a lot more trailway. It just seems to be more, in fact, more used. We saw several people this morning. They're out walking and riding and everything, and so that's interesting and great to see these trails being used like this. One thing I gotta say though is riding for the second day here, this is actually the first time we've done this where we got right back up and came back out on the trail. We only did about 20 miles, a little less than 20 miles yesterday. But we're feeling it. We're feeling it today. Here we are back out on the trail. How are you feeling, Andrea?
Pretty good, other than, okay, so I've got a new bike, so I'm more upright and it has a wider seat. So haven't ridden in about a month. And so my weight distribution is a little different. So I've got my sit bones I need to break back in again. Other than that, I feel good. I will say riding on packed gravel and rocks is a little harder than asphalt. Okay, so here we are. We're in Garner, Texas, and it is about halfway on Lake Mineral Wells State Trailway. We started out yesterday in Mineral Wells. We rode on up here to Garner. We ate some lunch and turned around and went back. This morning we parked on the Weatherford Trailhead and we rode up to Garner. Now let me just say, here in Garner there's a nice little cafe. It's really the only place to eat. I searched the restaurants on the map and it's the only thing. It's right here on the trail. And pretty good food. The waitress was super sweet, and we had a chicken fried steak 2 days in a row. It's pretty good.
So one of the things that really fascinates Andrea and myself about these trails that we're on is all the different flora and fauna and all the different types of environment and nature that we see. Well, Texas certainly doesn't fail in that respect, and I grew up in this area and I remember very distinctly these mesquite trees. You see, this whole area is full of mesquite trees and prickly pear cactus. It's very dry and arid for the most part, very inhospitable. So you can imagine why cowboys would wear chaps and also boots and things like that to protect them from things like this. As far as the fauna, we've seen red-tailed squirrels, we've seen a bobcat and different animals, obviously cows and things like that. And so the nature and the landscape of Texas certainly provides for a lot of views while you're riding along this trail.
are at the highest point on the trail. We're 1,235 feet. And for the most part, from Weatherford down to Mineral Wells, it's a downhill ride. There are a few dips along the way. And this morning, we left Weatherford. We rode uphill to this point, then it was downhill to Garner. After we ate, we've been coming uphill. We've reached the highest point, and now we're looking forward to zipping the last 4 miles back to Weatherford. Well, we did it. For the first time, Troy and I have taken a trip, and aside from our hometown, Blackwater River State Trail, we have actually finished a trail in one trip. It was 20 miles, and we did it half yesterday round trip, half today. So we've done 40 miles in the last couple of days, and it's been great. And this is the first time we've done a hard-packed gravel trail. And so I don't really have anything to compare it to give a review, but overall we really liked it. There were a few spots that were washed out. They put some rocks down to keep it from sliding out from under you, but that made it more challenging when we actually enjoyed some of those spots. There are now different from asphalt. When you're on an asphalt trail and you go over a bridge, you've got a little bit of a ramp. You do have to be careful on this trail when you hit the bridge. It's pretty big bump in the same way coming down on the other end. But other than that, I feel like it's a pretty safe trail, and we've really enjoyed it.
Thanks again for joining Andrea and myself on another one of our adventures.